January Street Studios tutorial series. In this episode, we will begin our journey with scales. You might be asking, why are scales important? Well, scales help musicians figure out which notes will sound good together in a song. By using a certain scale, composers can create music with a specific mood. Musicians also use scales to improvise or make up music on the spot by knowing which notes fit together. Now that we know what they do, what are music scales? Well, music scales are a set of notes arranged in a specific order. You can think of them like musical ladders where each step is a note. A scale is made up of notes that follow a pattern. For example, the most common scale, the major scale, follows a pattern of whole steps and half steps. Whole steps skip a note from one to the next, and half steps move to the very next note. For example, on a piano, the C major scale uses the white keys only: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then back to C. This creates a bright, happy sound. There are other types of scales, like minor scales, which sound sad or serious. So how are scales made? Scales are built by choosing a starting note called the root and then following a pattern of steps. For example, in a major scale, the pattern is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. This pattern creates the sound that we recognize as a major scale. Different patterns make different kinds of scales. For example, the minor scale has a different set of steps and sounds more somber or emotional. All scales have an octave note. An octave is the distance between one note and the next note of that same name, either higher or lower. For example, from one C on a piano to the next higher C is an octave. The notes sound similar, but one is higher in pitch. Let's recap what we know about scales so far. Scales are the building blocks of music. They help musicians communicate with each other because everyone understands the same notes and patterns. They also help you express emotions in music. A major scale can make your song sound happy, while a minor scale can make it sound sad. Scales follow a specific order of whole and half step patterns, starting with the root note. The next note with the same name as the root is called the octave. And finally, scales give structure and support to all types of music, making sure it fits together. Thanks for tuning in. See us next time when we discuss how key signatures and scales fit together.